All right. Good day today. You know, I'll start one by thanking all of our fans. Everybody came and stayed. You know, I mean, they were there for, I mean, we're not jam-packed for the whole 4 quarters today, but a lot of people stayed through the 4 quarters. And I thank all of them for that. You know, I mean, I think it shows with the energy our team plays with, and they're such an important part of this program. So I thank our students and all our fans for the work they did staying for 4 quarters and helping try to cheer this team on. Pleased with how our defense played today. You know, for me, that's the type of defense I expect. You know, I mean, I know Todd did a fantastic job with the scheme. Coaches put the guys in the right position to go make plays and everything that they did. I'm most pleased about watching how our guys ran with the football. You know, I mean, 11 guys playing as hard as they can every single snap. That was a big challenge. You know, through my eyes defensively, that everybody, and I mean, I'm talking about with a minute left in the game, guys are 11 guys flying to the football as hard as they can, and that's the type of defense we expect to see. That's the type of defense our people here have grown accustomed to seeing. You know, I'm really pleased with how they played and how they performed today, and great job by our coaching staff and our players on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, good, solid day. I thought, you know, we missed some things here. We didn't click quite as perfectly as I'd like us to, you know. But I thought we were efficient at times during the day. Just some little mistakes that we got to get cleaned up and fixed up. Just a little cleaner execution, both running and throwing the ball, just off a little bit. You know, I mean, 6 to 8 inches here or there is a big difference offensively. So, but we'll get that fixed as we move forward. Because we got a huge challenge next week going on the road. A Louisiana Tech team that's supposed to go win their conference championship. So, it'll be a big challenge for our guys. But excited. I'm excited about how we play.
Questions? Get a mic to you.
When did you decide to play Keaton, and what went into that decision?
A bunch. You know, we were talking this week, and you know, sat down, talked with him. I know Brett had a conversation with his family, and he wanted to play. You know, and it was him. You know, I'd like to get in there. You know, but as the number 2 quarterback right now for us, you know, and being a true freshman, I mean, he's a snap away from being the guy. You know, being the starter, and so you know, as you even see with him, from his first 2 or 3 plays to his last 2 or 3 plays was a little bit of difference. So I mean, for him to get those reps, get that experience, get on the field, and because you know it's a long season, you never know what's going to happen, and you know, I want to see him continue to grow and develop a play.
Your thoughts on the offensive line?
The offensive line today, not bad, not bad. You know, I mean, it was, you know, a couple little mistakes here and there, a hiccup here or there, but you know, some new faces in there. Guys got experience. It was good to get the 2s in and get those guys. There's a lot of new faces there to get them some reps and get them some experience moving forward. That second group of offensive linemen, and you know, you saw from them very much like those guys. A lot of those guys, it's first time playing, and as the game goes on, you know, as their first couple plays aren't great, and then all of a sudden they settle in, and that's just experience and getting the opportunity to be on the field and know what it's like to be out here, you know, when it counts.
Can you talk about, you know, you've got some depth at running back and your decision to play Kylan today?
Well, you know, I think everybody saw he's an explosive player out of the backfield. He's did a real good job at training camp. You know, and so you know, I told Greg, if we're going to play him, let's play him. And he got in early. You know, I think. You know, a great thing about having our staff around so long, having guys you trust like Greg Knotts, I didn't know he was going in. I mean, I knew we were going to play him, but I didn't know when he was going in. And, you know, I mean, I look up and he's in there running around. And, but Greg's, you know, doing a great job getting him ready and keeping that depth for us at running back to be able to roll those guys through.
Can I follow up? Because there were some defensive players that played today. Mm-hmm. Do you make that decision or do you leave that? Whose choice is that?
I mean, it's usually a group effort. Like, I mean, with which one? Like when you get to the end of the game, I mean, I want to get everybody on the field.
I'm talking about the true freshmen.
Oh yeah, we'll have those. We have those discussions as a staff. But you know, mostly in the end, it's my responsibility to kind of make the final decision. But you know, a guy like Willie Gay, that wasn't. He was in the rotation, so it wasn't a real hard decision.
You had a consistent rotation at wide receiver throughout the game. What does it do for the offense to have that many bodies capable rolling through?
Well, for us, you want to play some up-tempo, and we want to make sure guys are ready to play, so it was good for those guys to get that experience out there on the field today. We played a bunch of guys, and guys, hopefully can take some big steps forward. Like I said, you saw, Donald and Gabe make some really nice plays out there today. And they're kind of they are the veterans of the group, both being seniors. But all the other guys getting that experience, getting out there and going to play, make some catches. I think a bunch of different guys that looked like to me had some catches out there today. So that was good to get that in, and hopefully they can build on it moving forward.
Hey, Dad, what you think about Tucker Day today?
You know what? I was for him, and I know. I'm sure he's disappointed. I was a little disappointed. I haven't seen him. I've seen him kick much better. And I want to see that and challenge him because I know he likes it. He's a competitor. One of the things I think that allowed him to kind of win the starting job is his competitive edge and his competitive attitude. I've seen him kick much better than he did today. So I want to see how he responds to this. Challenge, but knowing him as the type of personality he has, he's gonna respond to this challenge and not shy away from anything and come out and continue to perform at a high level.
If he does do that, according to Leonard, so the assumption is that he would be the kicker against Saturday?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Obviously, Chauncey didn't play today. Has there been any update at all?
Yeah, right now, the NCAA denied his appeal, so he's going to have to academic redshirt at this point. It was a situation from his junior college deal that they had set up for him.
Can you talk about how much progress Jeffrey Simmons has made year to year?
Well, I think a lot. I think, one, he's taken on a leadership role, but two, I think you saw today a sense of urgency that he plays with. Last year, feeling his way around, learning technique and all that. We challenged him to be a playmaker. I think he wants to. I think he wants to be a playmaker on the defense. And, and you see that. As guys grow, and grow into different roles. I think between last year as a guy that you could say, hey, I played a bunch as a freshman, I got some accolades. I'm pretty good, or you can put your foot on the gas and say, I want to be a great player, and I think he's taken that approach within his work ethic that he wants to be a great player.
Coach, it appeared that Gabe Miles looked more like the Gabe Miles of old. How would you kind of assess his play today?
Well, yeah, it's what I've been seeing in camp, all through in practices leading up to it. I think he's really had a great training camp, and coming along and really performed at a real high level. And I think we saw that out there on the field today, because he's an explosive player, can make things happen almost in the kicking game, and out at the receiver position. He makes things happen out there on the field, and it's the consistency and performance of play, and I think that's what we've been seeing from him. He's done a great job being a consistent, everyday performer for us, and and that translate. It was great to see that translate also into the game, to see that same performance out of him on Saturday.
And I didn't see Jonathan Abram or Braxton play yet. Was that a precaution?
No, Jonathan played.
Oh, Jonathan did.
Yeah, John played. Braxton we expect next week to come back. He worked a little bit this week and got sore, and so the trainers would kind of changed the plan around, and they thought he'd be available, but they think he should be good to go for this coming week.
Coach, this was a good team, but they're an FCS team. They're not your division. So how would you do you think fans ought to evaluate this? What perspective?
I think, we're 1-0. They should be really happy. Enjoyed a beautiful day here in Starkville, right? A great day. We're back on the field playing college football. I looked like they were having a lot of fun tailgating. There was a lot of juice at the dog walk today. Great atmosphere and environment in the stadium, and they should really put a big smile on their face and enjoy it and have a fun night.
How important is it for you to get guys besides Donald Gray involved in the receiving game like you did today?
Well, it's huge because, for us, we want to be able to roll those guys through. The more guys you can roll through, the fresher you're going to be throughout the course of the game, especially, we start playing up-tempo. Want to get some more. We got 86 plays in today. That's pretty good for us. We want to get some plays in, and to do that, you got to be able to roll guys through at the receiver position.
Had some low snaps, particularly in the first
half.
half.
I saw that.
Yeah, what do you diagnose that to, and how easy of a fix?
I think, it's Elton's first game. Starting in center, for us here in the stadium, and a lot going on in that position, and so you talk to him about it. I didn't see a bad snap, just saw some that weren't great, and you know, we want great ones, and every single snap, and I think he'll grow off of that and see it and learn, and you know, because it was, like I said, I didn't say it bad, just a couple of low ones here or there, but he was pretty accurate all day with his snaps.
Hey, Dan, it's week one, so I don't expect too much of a long answer here or anything like that, but you will have people who will say this is an FCS team, but then
Yeah, they're a good one though. They went to the playoffs and they're
But on the
picked to
other
win their
hand,
league.
though, you took care of business, though.
Yeah.
So what did you learn about your team today?
I liked our preparation for the game. You know, I liked how we came out and prepared for the game. You know, all week. I think the guys, the intensity, how we practice. I think there's some things we can clean up and pick up a bunch in practice and within our preparation during the game. But even this morning, all day, how guys, the focus that guys had on the game, the preparation they brought into the game. You know, you know, you say an FCS team, but we cannot play today, and I think that is what I'm proud of. You know, I mean, our people look and say it probably maybe not a surprising result, maybe to the game, but those they can be. You know, I mean, there's other teams that have surprising results. You play some games like this, sometimes you have a surprising result. You don't want that. So I'm really pleased with how our guys prepared and the approach they took to coming into this game. That was kind of a long answer for you.
Good job, surprise.
Sorry.
Mid-season form.
Yeah. Good. Hey, everybody have a safe drive home.